All right, good evening, one and all, and welcome to Vaidya Chess Hub. And this is day 15, and we are doing a semi-final live telecast here. We are joined by Jai. Hello, Jai. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, sir. I'm fine.
Great. Now, Jai, tell us more about today's game. Who is playing whom? What are the colors?
Kshitij is playing with Sanchit and Kshitij is white and Sanchit is black. Their head score is Kshitij has won 27 times and Sanchit has won 9 times.
Ooh, that is quite some statistics. By the way, what are your predictions for today?
I think that Kshitij is favored to win, but Sanchit might give up his fight.
All right. And any opening surprises? Any preparation at work? You think? What are the surprises? Remember, Sanchit plays with the black pieces. So, can there be some nasty surprises?
Yes,
Like what?
there might
Like what?
like some like some other variation.
So, what
Maybe I
is
think that Kshitij might go for the Danish camera
okay?
and Sanchit can go for the Kanu also.
Could be. That could be the case. Oh, looks like they're ready, Jay, right? Just make
Yes,
sure that the colors are right, and they've challenged using the correct time. I can see 12. Is it 12 plus 3?
yes,
Great. There is some lag, Jay, in the stream.
yes. I'm also experiencing lag on the screen.
Yes, so there is lag. Some lag, not a heavy lag, but should get resolved now. Anyway, yeah, so Jay, what's the rating difference?
Kshitij's rating is 2089 and Sanchit's rating is 1668. The total rating difference is 421.
That's quite significant difference. Okay. And that probably make things clear that Kshitish probably doesn't want to take things lightly given to what happened to Soumitra. So upon winning the toss, he rightly selected the white pieces, don't you think?
Yes,
Jay, I think there is just a minute now. Any second we will have the first move on the board. What's the time? Yeah.
it is 59.
Yes, so any second now we could have the first move on the board. May the best player win, of course. Let there be a fight today. I wanted to see a good fight the other day as well, but it ended very smoothly for Sanchit. Let's hope that today there is tough fight. Jay, by the way, there will be a Google Meet for all the hub members later, right?
Yes,
So will you share the link?
yes.
Oh, there, that's the discussion. Yes. So Kshitij has prepared something that's new. Maybe he wants to try D4. Let's see how Sanchit now responds. I think it could be Nimzo Indian if there is C4 now. If the yes, C4, so E6 by Black Jack.
Yes,
So E6, Knight C3, and Bishop to B4. Those are the moves that are the main line, of course. Sanchit, I don't know why he's taking so long. Nothing extraordinary has happened. This is just a simple Nimzo Indian defense. He just has to play E6 here. That's all. What do you think he's thinking about? Maybe he's thinking of some move like E5, going for the Budapest gambit.
Maybe.
Have you done any work on what normally Sanchit plays? Does he play the Budapest Gambit? I'm not sure. I've not seen him play against D4 that one. Oh, E6. Okay. So now, as expected, Bishop B4. That's the main line. That's how you handle Nimzo Indian. No problems there. Jay, don't you think it took a lot of time for E6? I mean, that's opening line. Should not take that long for, theory. Some move that you already know. It's a part of theory. Well-known theory. Should not be taking that long. Use this for the middle game. And now again, I don't know why it's taking so long. Bishop B4 is pretty standard. It's a grandmaster move. Everything, the game is perfect for now in the balance. But this is just unnecessary. Do you think there is any lag? What's the net connection like? Can you see that, Jay? In case of Sanchit? Does it show excellent connection? What does it say?
It is showing excellent connection and Kshitij
Sanchit played D5.
is not showing Kshitij.
Not showing, sorry, what? Not showing? In case of Kshitij is not showing excellent connection?
No, it is not showing any lag.
Okay. So now bishop to b4 still looks okay. Sanchit is played d5. I don't quite understand. Now this looks more like the Queen's Gambit decline setup to me. Imagine now d4, d5, c4 and e6. So this is something in that territory here. And I really don't know why that has happened. Sanchit actually in the hub, he had mastered this Nimzo Indian line. And now clearly a3. Jay, can you tell me why do you think white plays a3 here?
To avoid any chances of bishop b4.
Or knight b4 in some cases, maybe. So clearly bishop e7, okay. So bishop f4 was the move. Maybe castling by black, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Jay, instead of multitasking, wait a minute, instead of multitasking, focus on the games and provide some commentary. Don't do any kind of multitasking. Just focus on the game. At the most, if you want, respond to the WhatsApp chats, but nothing more. As expected, castling by black. So I think now Datta probably goes, yeah. I was thinking in this line, maybe E3 could have been even better. Nonetheless, the plan now is simple. Bishop G2 and castle. What is your prediction, Jay, in this position? Is it going to be B6 and bishop B7 or bishop D7? Where does the bishop on C8 go?
I think d7.
Okay, D doctor, right? D7 you said, right?
Yes, bishop doctor.
All right, good to see. Good deal of time being utilized. Something again. Oh, the piece moves again. Now this is something so much against the principles of chess. Sanchit did such a great job so far. This is not exactly what I had in mind. The knight has moved twice, Jay. Clearly, it was the bishop on c8 that should have moved. But what does Sanchit achieve by this? Knight takes d4. Let's see it. What happens here. Knight takes e4. D takes e4. The knight moves. But then he has a double pawn. What do you think, Jay? Exactly. So why play knight e4, moving the same piece? The knight wasn't even attacked, Jay. Is it not? And the knight on f6 was just sitting there doing the job, not even attacked. And then unprovoked it moves. Second time. While the bishop on c8 still remains. Maybe Sanchit is taking some liberty. He says, if Datta is not moving his bishop on f1 yet, maybe my bishop stays. I don't know.
Both of them can move the bishops anytime.
Anytime, that's true. Oh, Datta says, oh, I don't want to exchange. He could have given double pawns. Jay, remember that during their interview post-match, I will ask them this question about why Datta did not take this knight, okay? Just remind me of that. He did not take the knight and give the double pawn. So I just want to ask him what could possibly be the reason for that. Now the threat is very clear, Jay. Can you explain what the threat by white is? What is the threat by white?
The knight on e4 is attacked but defended once only.
Exactly. So it is attacked twice and it is defended once. So that means that that threatens to win a pawn here. So people who are probably at the beginner level, they should count it like this. So the piece is attacked twice, defended once. There is no harm in now exchanging the knights. At least you want to have a double pawn.
Sanchit has moved half the time in 8 moves.
Yeah, 8 moves. That's right. So finally we have the exchange on the board. And I think Datta now can go for b takes. The point of b takes is that you'll have this pawn exchanged. Sorry, not there. You'll have this c4 pawn exchanged anyway. I think Datta got the queen here especially because he wanted a king side attack. Oh yeah, so he has taken that way, right, Jay? B takes c3.
By the pawn. Now he has a double pawn.
No, but that's what I said. That should not be a problem. That will happen.
C4 is hanging.
That's not called hanging. I think he'll have it back anyway. Because now I think Sanchit, in fact, has given the move e4. That's a very powerful center for white. And the bishop will be attacking c4 pawn. However, the only sad part about that, Jay, is that's why I said e3 was better. Because now after playing g3, if you don't put the bishop on g2, well, that doesn't make much sense. You understood there, Jay, just what happened right now? That's why I think e3 was better. Because then if you go for a fianchetto and then you want the opponent to take on c4 to take back by the bishop, then you shouldn't have played g3. That's my point. Anyway.
Yes.
Jay, tables, if you are good at tables, well, the head to head you said 9 3s are 27, right?
Yes.
And by the way, Jay, again, I don't understand. Again, is the second time that a piece has moved for the second time. Again, that knight and the knight on the... He is doing everything he can to save this pawn on c4, although he has just taken the pawn. This bishop, needs to move. But at the same time, Datta also has his problems. His bishop on f1 also has not moved. So Jay, we will ask Datta why he did not take the knight on e4. Jay, remind me that we will also ask Sanchit this question, like why did he play the piece twice? Okay.
Yes, sir. Now I think that Kshitij might play queen a4.
Sorry, come again. Queen?
Kshitij can play queen a4.
Yeah, that could have been played because then the bishop and the queen both would have attacked it. That's right. But he did not do that. He wants to put the rook in line with the queen and probably create some threats. I really did not understand why Sanchit should invest time, energy, effort protecting c4 pawn. It's already after exchange. So he should focus on development of his pieces. This bishop could be very handy. I don't know where this queen goes now. This is always the threat. Ooh, and now more reinforcement. But I think this move suggests, Jay, that it could be bishop b7. What do you say? Fianchetto?
Yes, or also bishop a6.
There is less chance for bishop a6. I mean, look at this square a6, Jay. Do you think he'll put the bishop when he has a pawn on b5, pawn on c4? Do you think he'll put the bishop there? He will put the bishop on b7. Look at the target he gets. And because of this g3 move, just imagine the power of this bishop from b7. You see the arrows that I'm drawing here?
Yes.
So Sanchit is really playing. Oh, finally that bishop moves. And, and now Kshitij better play bishop b7 here. That is the move here. The move I'm saying. Bishop b7. Get that last piece into the game. Oh, for God's sake, do that. Now, what's the time difference like, Jay? Almost 3 minutes, I see, yeah? 3 minutes?
Yes, 3 minutes difference. But it might be again.
Oh,
Might be again.
wait a minute. What? Bishop d7? Did he go bishop d7? What? Why? This is very surprising after, especially after the move b5. Well, automatically, I think you're cleared it for the fianchetto. And now, this, ooh, I don't enjoy such positions. What? I think clearly bishop b7 was the square. Jay, this is, I think, inconsistent planning. Finally, castling. Datta, Jay, remember we always talk about Datta's king. Finally, the king there on G1 now. Hey, Jay, you are saying something. Sorry, what were you saying?
Bishop b7 could have controlled the longest diagonal.
Yes, that's what the fianchetto, yeah, exactly. Although now I must say the knight has a good square. There are no pawns that can scare that knight away. But still, I mean, come on. And now look at this. This is how you allow the threats to build up. You see the arrow there, Jay?
Yes.
This is something that, of course, Sanchit cannot ignore the threat that, again, as you can say, you can tell the juniors, what can they learn from this, from the arrows that I've drawn here? Exchange, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Why did he take that knight? What was White's threat?
The knight was attacking the other knight.
No, Jay, that knight on b3 was attacked twice. So Sanchit had to take that. Otherwise, he would have lost the c4 pawn, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
But why is the c4 pawn so important?
No, now it has become important. Earlier it wasn't. Now it has assumed a lot of importance. And now, by the way, Oh yeah, surely. Please watch this. Sanchit has enough time now. Just watch that simple thread, and that's why I think Bishop B. Oh no, careless. This is careless. This is simple care. He doesn't deserve to play the semifinals. This move has disappointed me to the core. To the core. This move has disappointed me. That's now, Jay, you will realize how I feel when I see your games at times. This is exactly the kind of stuff you should not do. You've played the game so well. It was such a simple move, e5, a discovered threat, and you overlook that. This is clearly something that is, this aspect of his game has to go up. He's playing the semi-final here. The man, no way to play a semi-final. At least don't fall for such cheapo traps. But Jay, is the material count equal?
Yes, now it is equal.
Slightly disappointing by Sancho. Given the fact that he had a chance, he's playing a semi-final, just the move e5 and that rook is now lost is just unbelievable. And that's why that bishop b7 was so much the move. Now the only advantage Sanchit has is a clear pass pawn. Jay, you think there are two pass pawns?
Yes, on the A5 and B5.
Now let's see if he can make that count. The pawn storm has to happen. That's the only scope, the only thing that he can do. But somewhat disappointing. Playing the semifinals, wonderful chance, golden opportunity. I'm surprised he didn't push the pawn.
Maybe he's threatening for bishop C6.
Sorry?
Maybe Sanchit is threatening bishop C6.
Yeah, but yeah, sure. I mean, with the queens backing, the pawn had to go as far as it could. And even better, a5 and then b4 first up. Oh, still there is a chance, Jay. What I'm saying is a5, then go for b4. Maybe then there is a good chance. The a5 pass pawn is a huge thing. Let me tell you, huge.
Devang is saying that the null squares are not too weak. The bishop was important to control the null squares.
Okay. I think Sanchit is playing very passively here. He has to play actively now that he is an exchange down. What's he doing with moves like h6? Clearly, he has to create the passer threat by a5 and b4 and getting that pass pawns to work for him. If he's not going to push the pawns, it's nothing that's going to happen. He's going for really passive moves. What say, Jay?
Yes. Now Kshitij will remove the queen.
Sorry, what happened?
I was telling that on move 20, Kshitij must move the queen because it was attacked.
Yeah, that's, I mean, come on, he's not supposed. Finally, Jay, our prayers have been answered. A5. Finally, he makes that push. And A5 and now B4. That is clearly the plan. He has passed pawn. Jay, I'm making it clear. Sanchit has something to play. It's not that the position is completely lost. He should definitely try this. And these pass pawns with the backing of the rook and queen, well, they're really, some force to reckon. That's clearly something. Oh, that doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I think C6 can also do the job here. C6, queen takes and then c takes d5. If he plays c6, I think this will be even better for Sanchit, the way he can build the pawn structure. Just imagine how strong the pawns will be. Now the concern is the time. Why? So he wants Datta to take the queen. Maybe, oh yeah, that is even better than what I thought initially. Jaina, don't you think the threat could be bishop c6 attacking this pawn?
Yes.
Could be a good ploy. And at the same time, now pushing b4 is important here. I don't know.
So supporting Sanchit.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. They both are out of it. I don't care. They better should have played their own positions very well. Nonetheless, I don't even know why Samartha is bothering whom they support. How does that matter? Oh, this is exactly what I did not want. See, Jay, now what happens because of that push is now Sanchit doesn't have the b4 push. Do you see what I'm saying? Earlier with a pawn. Go on.
Now if it pushes the pawn and then pawn would be hanging.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Or when you had the pawn on a5, then b4 was such a strong push. Now Sanchit, really, he's messed it up. He had a wonderful up. That's why the queen better, you know, this move in particular. Clearly, now you cannot go for a passer here. How are you going to deal with that? Agreed, he has a light color bishop. So what? Okay. Jay, what's the time difference like? Is it double?
Yes, Kshitij is double the time ahead of Sanchit because Sanchit has 1 minute and Kshitij has 2 minutes.
And now
Sanchit is now below 1 minute.
Yeah. So he is now playing his best friend's game. And again, Jay, you are too close to the camera. Better now for the viewers' liking. This is just simple maneuvering pieces here, there, left, right, center. And I must say, Jay, that Datta will have some tough time breaking through this position. That's for sure. 100%. Now, Jay, I think the plan is okay. So yeah, there you go. C6. Look at this structure, Jay. What is this? Jay, by the way, can you tell the intermediate players, beginners, how many pawn islands are there, Jay? How many pawn islands? And what are pawn islands?
There are 2 pawn islands for Sanchit and 1 pawn island for Kshitij.
Okay, so what exactly is that?
Pawn islands are connected pawns. Now, Kshitij has 2 pawn islands.
I'm still saying that, and I maintain that this position is a little tough for Datta to burst open. Now, given the time that they both are really now what, like 1 minute 20 for him and about 45 seconds for Sanchit. So 40 seconds. Let's say it's +3, right, Jay? +3.
Yes, it is +3. +3.
Oh, now clearly Sanchit should be avoiding all this exchange here. All he has to do is just keep maneuvering the rook, because there is no way Datta has any chance to break open this position. So this unnecessary exchange should be avoided. That's best. Now look what has happened, Jay. Because of that pawn exchange, now suddenly, Datta gets this chance. You see there? I just drew the arrow. There it is. So now, oh, how does that help? How does that help? No. And now the king is going to the queen side.
Why did he play that move? The king was
No, the king should be no, but that's what I'm saying. That was probably just to buy time. Yeah, that's good. Now let's check. The king moves out of the way now, and Datta's rook will have an excellent square on f6, I believe. f6 is a very good square. Okay. Jay, you had said that the chances of draw are very slim, but these two guys have played two draws. Can you just type that message in the chat if you haven't yet done that on Vaidya Chess Hub? Just do that in the group.
What should I type?
Probably you're not listening. You can talk about that the fact that they have drawn twice. You can type that they have had two draws before. Now, what are the chances? They are just maneuvering pieces here and there. And now both are down to 30 odd seconds. Oh, yeah. There could be a threefold repetition here. What are they up to here? Now, finally, that rook comes down to a1. But the moment rook leaves the a file, there could be the pawn push. But yeah, sure. He's not bothering that at all. He says, you bring your rook over and then I'll start pushing the pawns. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Jay, how many times has this position occurred on the board? I'm really curious now. It's move 55 now. Suddenly something that is just, I don't know.
Done.
Yeah? Yes, so there you go. Okay, so thank you. By the way, there is of course Jay some provision, right? What do we do now? There's this bullet game, right? 2 plus 1.
2 plus 1 same color bullet.
Hmm. So Jay, now who is your favorite now?
Now I think Sanchit.
Yeah, Sanchit can play well. He can surprise. So another draw added to their head-to-head tally, Jay. So now they have 3 draws. And
Yes.
the best part was you just talked about a draw. I told you to put that message, and there it is. Sanchit did fight, but imagine, Jay, imagine if Sanchit were to play properly, not losing that rook, then he would have made such a huge game out of this, isn't it, Jay?
Yes, he might have even won this.
What does your analysis say after that move?
I'm checking.
Okay. So see, if he had not lost that rook, what does the computer say?
Computer says that the best move was bishop g7 and Sanchit played it. It is showing minus 2.0.
Minus, sorry?
Minus 2.0. The game was winning for Sanchit for most of the time.
Yeah, it was. Minus, yeah, there you have it. I have the stats now. Nonetheless. Okay, so Jay, have they started their game yet?
Yes, they have challenged each other, but the game has not started.
Yeah, now. There you go. All the best, guys. All the best. Jay, now help me in the commentary. Tell me the moves, okay? All you can do is probably just tell me the move because this will be fun. It's bullet. D4 again, Jay.
Yes.
Oh, the London system may be Jay. Bishop F4. Bishop E7. E3. G3 maybe. Best is E3. Castle. No, D5. Okay, E3 now. Again, now let's see, Jay, if he repeats that mistake. Yeah, Jay, you see, this time E3. The E3 is the right way to go. If in case you want to give the pawn on C4, that's the way to play. If white is going to take on D5, then G3 is fine. I don't know. But again, Datta loves this move. A3 for some reason, Jay. Second time he's doing that. He wants to stop the same piece move twice. But this time it is not as bad as the earlier one. Sanchit is saying, let's play this game. Bishop F6 also now. Let's get that bishop exchanged. Wonderful opportunity. Let's play bishop F6. Bishop takes F6. Queen takes F6. Works. What happened to your background, Jay? All the books are gone? Had to return them to the library? What happened to your background, Jay? Why is your voice muted? It's on mute. Why have you muted yourself, Jay? What? You don't want us to listen to your voice? I think we lost Jay there, maybe. Jay, what happened?
There was some issue. I got disconnected.
We could see you, but you were on mute. Okay, so now Sanchit has lost a pawn on e4.
There is a mate threat on F7.
Yeah, thankfully he did not miss out on it this time. Okay, bishop g6, bishop g7 now clearly. Oh no, he just allows that bishop to stay there. I think bishop g7 was the move.
Still, he can play that move.
Yeah, he can. He should not allow that bishop to stay there. I don't like that, especially not in a bullet game. Don't take chances. Yeah. Now pre-move. Yeah, there you go. And now even queen f6. Queen f6 now. Let's get the queens exchanged. Queen f6. Yep. Again, queen takes and king takes. Why did he lose that pawn was beyond my understanding, but nonetheless. Why is he doing that, Jay? 30 seconds now.
Sanchit has 33 seconds. Sanchit has exactly 1 minute.
Okay.
Now Sanchit is below 30 seconds.
This move by Sanchit puts pressure on the queen to keep defending that. However, now bishop c6. Surely. Oh no. Bishop c6 was so much the move. Now he cannot play that. Now he'll have probably to put the rook. Challenge it in the file. Don't give the c file away like that. He played e5. Yeah, exchange. Now queen takes. No, he should have. Oh, why did he wants to double up? Why did he take with the rook? Jay, now under 10 seconds. Exactly. So that means the under 10 second strategy. Anything can happen here. Anything can happen here. Oh, there was that's it. That's it. A piece loss. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. The under 10-second tactic is working. Jay, suddenly Sanchit is hot favorite to win here. What do you think?
Yes.
He just has to hold. I'll get that rook exchange. No, check first. Oh, and again, rook takes check first. Oh, this is just extraordinary. Sanchit winning. That's it. That is just brilliant play. Brilliant. Just a formality now. Just go about mopping up the pawns. Sanchit doesn't have to play so fast. What is he doing? What was he doing? Yeah, take that now. It's all over. Sanchit versus Samartha finals. Jay, again you see why Datta is continuing here? I don't see why he's continuing.
Maybe he thinks that it might be a draw.
Yeah, sure, but that is too optimistic. Datta probably,
Now Sanchit will get the queen.
he just has to make sure that there is no stalemate. That's all. But I think it is very unfair. Datta playing such games is painful to watch. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Jay, congratulations, right? Just put a message.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. Now, Jay, just before I end the stream, Jay, you will be there and you will share the link later with the group members, right? Only share the link when I say, when I ask you to do so, all right? I'll just prepare for the other things. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining and everybody totally enjoyed this. We'll have our final